we are living in dangerous times. We also have to be prepared. And in the height of this issue with China, bago lang, meron naman tayong bagong issue today. Binunggo na naman yung ating barko. Nabutas yung ating barko. We have to be prepared. Dapat payagan din po tayo sa service na makakarry ng higher powered firearm. Kung dala mo, pistola lang, talaga suicide. Pagiging suicide po yan. We have to have a fighting chance. And
yung pagdadala ng armas, ito, i-share ko lang sa inyo. Maalala ko noon, nung Philippine Constabulary pa ako, every 12 o'clock, mayroong program ang Itbulaga noon na Singing Soldier. Malala nyo, may mga sundalo, mga pulis kasama doon sa Itbulaga. Paborito yun panoorin ng mga sundalo, pulis. So, pag 12 o'clock, alam ng mga NPA na walang tao dyan sa detachment namin dahil nandun sa mga kapitbahay, mga bahay malapit sa detachment, nanonood ng TV. So, plinano ngayon ng NPA na atakin yung detachment namin 12 o'clock kasi manonood ng Itbulaga ang mga sundalo. Ako naman, nirequire ko yung mga sundalo, kahit na kayo naka-short pant, naka-chinilas, if you leave the camp, pumunta kayo sa mga bahay-bahay dyan, manonood ng TV, you bring all your ammunition and firearms. So alas 12, yun na, nandun lahat. Nanonood ng Itbulaga, palibot ng detachment. Umatak ngayon ng MPA, isang dump truck. Pag-attack nung sa detachment namin, pagbababa na, bakbakan nila yung detachment namin, ang tinamaan lang, yung mga kaldero lang kasi yung sinaing namin, iniwan, nandoon sa mga bahay-bahay, nanood ng TV. Pagpasok na ngayon sa detachment, walang tao. Pagpalabas na nila, return fire kami ngayon, nasa labas-labas kami ng mga bahay, ang daming patay sa NPA, ang daming tinamaan. Dahil paglabas nila, naka-return fire kami dahil sa mga bahay-bahay, hindi na alam kung saan nanggaling yung putok. Dahil sa mga bahay-bahay, yung mga sundalo naka-distribute sa mga TV, nanood ng Itbulaga. So pasalamat pa rin ako sa Itbulaga at na-save yung detachment ko. Hindi na-ubiran yung detachment ko noon.
Ako po ay pro-gun, alam naman po rin nyo yan. Kami mga Republicans dito sa Senado si Senator Bato, ako, Senator Mark, marami kami dito mga naniniwala that we have the right to defend ourselves from all threats, whether it is internal or external, and to assist, of course, the Philippine National Police and the armed forces in times of need. Kaya maganda po, timing po itong batas. Hindi lang ako tatagal dahil chairman din ako ng Committee on Economic Affairs. We're actually tackling the Special Defense Economic Zone. So after this, dito naman ako sa committee ko.
Both hearings are supportive to each other. Supportive to each other.
Kasi for the benefit of the stakeholders, we just passed SRDP, our Self-Reliance Defense Posture Act. And pirma na lang ni Presidente ang kulang. So dahil sa batas na yan, we're now going to have a very vibrant defense material production facilities in the Philippines. Magkakaroon na po tayo. We'll now prioritize, of course, the armed forces, armed services together with the Coast Guard, PNP, and the AFP. We'll now prioritize the selection of locally manufactured defense equipment under the law para mabuhay ulit. Katulad ng panahon ni former President Marcos, we had the SRDP program at the time. Nalala ko yung mga mini cruiser na dala-dala nyo nung PC kayo. Yung Elisco, yung rifles, na very reliable until today, ginagamit pa ng ibang kapulisan at mga tropa natin sa military. So this is all in conjunction with this measure, because this measure also will now see the problems of the law, the original law, the firearms law. Wala na po ako sa Senado at that time. This was passed in 2014. Ba ito yung original? 2013, because I had resigned from the Senate 2011 due to my issues with Senator Coco at the time. And then I came back 2016. Hindi na po ako nakabigay ng input. As a gun owner and gun lover, we were not able to give our inputs at the time. Now, as a member of this Congress, we can give inputs, and we saw a lot of problems to the original law. That's why we partner kami when passing the validity of the firearms permits. Nalala mo, in-extend po natin, Your Honor, dahil dati 2 years was too short. Pabalik-balik tayo sa police, sa PNP and all. So we made it between 5 to 10 years. And then pati LTAP 10 years, parang passport na, tsaka license. And then of course, yung sa permit to carry, we also made it 2 years. More practical kaysa pabalik-balik po tayo for that. And we actually were able to pass it. It was approved and signed into law and now being implemented faithfully by the agencies concerned. Pero dito sa lumang law, yung, for example, yung sa ammunition lang, no? Yung 50 rounds of ammunition is impractical. Kasi pupunta tayo sa range, wala namang 50 rounds dun. So kung magdadala ka ng 100 rounds, in violation of the law ka na, makukulong ka ng napakatagal. It's not practical whatsoever. With due respect to the PNP, I'm sure the PNP is here. It's not practical. And then what if you have 5 firearms and it says there 50 rounds? Does it mean I can carry 250 rounds because I have 5 permits? Kasi may permit, every permit nakalagay 50 rounds. So if you have 5 permits, does it mean that you can bring with you 250 rounds? Would that be a violation? Sabihin ng PNP, hindi, 50 rounds lang yan for all guns. Hindi naman, that's not right. It's not, it just doesn't make any sense. We're shooters. I shoot weekends. Ito, shooter din to. It's not practical. I'm probably in violation of the law. I'm on record. Because if you bring 100 rounds to the range, ano na yun violation of the law. So it's not practical. We have to amend the law as we go along. And also, I'm also a reservist. I'm a proud reservist. I just recently joined kasi Red Cross ako na matagal. Sa Red Cross, bawal kami sumama sa kahit anong panig, di ba? Neutral. Pero hindi na po ako officer ng Red Cross. So and in the height of this issue with China, bago lang, meron naman tayong bagong issue today. Binunggo na naman yung ating barko. Nabutas yung ating barko. So, we have to be prepared. I'm not saying this about just one country, but we have to be prepared for all external and internal problems. And I think, as a reservist, I would suggest, Your Honor, my chairman, dapat payagan din po tayo sa reservist na makakarry ng higher powered firearm. Hindi lamang pistola, hindi lamang PCC dahil ang kalaban namin, call to duty kami. We took an oath. So if may gulo, hindi po tayo pwedeng sumibat, lalaban tayo. Sasama tayo, boss. I know you will be with me. We will have to defend our country. And definitely kung dala mo pistola lang, talaga suicide. Pagiging suicide po yan, we have to have a fighting chance. And the only way to have a fighting chance is at least all trained reservists can have the ability or the chance to also be able to own long firearms that can help the PNP and the AFP in times of these external problems and external defense. Or else, hanggang distribution lang kami ng pagkain or ano bang gagawin natin dyan? Magiging civic action na lang ang gagawin ng mga reservists. Sayang naman po. That's the reason why Senator Bato is pushing for ROTC and reservists all over so that in times of these man-made calamities, particularly strife and war, makagalaw po tayo. Naalala ko po yung nangyari sa Israel. Alam mo, I had, Chairman, the notion that the Israelis after training could bring home their firearms. I was mistaken. Kasi tinawagan ako nung nagkagulo dun sa Israel ng Hamas, tinawagan ako ng ambassador ng Israel. Sabi ko, Ambassador, bakit hindi po sila nakalaban? Hindi sila makalaban din. Alam ko, armado yung mga tao mo. Sabi niya, no, we have a new regulation now that all firearms have to be deposited in the base. And only when there is a gulo, ilalabas doon nila yung firearms. Kaya imagine, trained Israeli civilians. They're trained because they're mandated to go to military training. Wala silang magawa. Binagbabaril sila sa loob ng bahay nila together with their children. No defense whatsoever. Maski naman ng kutsilyo lang gagamitin nila. Kalaban nila na naka-AK-47. So sabi ko, imagine, That would never happen in the United States, with due respect. Kasi in the United States, maybe would be the most difficult country to invade. Because there are more guns than there are the population of Americans. So talagang lalaban sila dun. Hindi sila papayag. Texas, mga South Dakota, Idaho, Wyoming, lalaban yun. Hindi sila papayag. Eh tayo dito, we are living in dangerous times. We also have to be prepared. And that is why I'm more for the liberalization of the law, Your Honor. That is my only statement, my opening statement, and my only statement, and I hope that it's supported by the stakeholders here today. Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Zubiri.